I don't know. I mean, Andrew has messaged me over the past few days, and we haven't had that discussion, to be honest with you. And I'm not sure if that fight makes sense for Jake, given where his career is at right now in terms of boxing. And I'm not sure that fight transcends across different like that definitely for the young male demo, that's a massive.
Nikisha Badarian, Jake Paul's business partner, has addressed the growing rumors of a potential fight between Jake Paul and Andrew Tate. According to Badarian, Tate has reached out, but doubts remain about whether this match aligns with Paul's career goals. While acknowledging the fight's massive potential appeal to a young male audience, Badarian expressed caution. Andrew Tate, known for his bold statements, recently challenged Jake Paul, criticizing his career and internet fame while questioning his legitimacy as a fighter. Tate even proposed a multi-million-dollar bet, offering to come out of retirement to face Paul in the ring. His challenge has added fuel to the buzz surrounding this possible matchup.
Jake Paul, it's clear to me you are desperate for a reality check. You know what? If I made my money impressing 4-year-olds on YouTube and managed to somehow become a multimillionaire from it, I'd probably live in a dream.
Andrew Tate didn't hold back as he criticized Jake Paul's rise in combat sports, contrasting Paul's fame and fortune with the sacrifices of dedicated fighters. Tate highlighted the struggles of athletes who train tirelessly yet often go unrecognized and underpaid, questioning Paul's legitimacy in the sport. "Let me explain something about combat sports," Tate said. "There are countless men who will never be as famous or wealthy as you, but they'd still kick the living daylights out of you." He emphasized the brutal nature of the sport, noting that most fighters never see their efforts rewarded. "This is the hardest sport. People dedicate their lives to it, and for the majority, it never pays off." Tate's challenge wasn't just talk. He sweetened the deal by wagering $3 million and daring Paul to prove himself in the ring.
I'm one of the lucky ones. I made a little bit of money. I don't have 50 million to bet with you, but I do have 3 million to bet with you. So this is your offer. $3 million. You put 3, I put 3. Winner takes all. I'm 5 years out the ring. I'm a kickboxer. You're 2-0 in boxing. I'm 0-0 in boxing. I've never even fought boxing. I'm a retired old man. 5 years I've been sitting around smoking cigars, and which are better looking than the girl you're at.
In a surprising twist, Andrew Tate openly admitted his lack of boxing experience but remained confident he could defeat Jake Paul. "I'm 5 years out of the ring. I'm a kickboxer, and you're the boxer. I'm 0-0 in boxing. I've never fought boxing. I'm a retired old man," he said, adding humorously, "I've been sitting around smoking cigars for 5 years, and by the way, you're better looking than the girl in your advertising." Tate also dismissed other high-profile opponents like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, asserting that Jake Paul should focus on him instead.
I'm not sure how it moves outside of that, so I just have to spend time with Andrew and Jake and see if it's something that...
Andrew Tate doubled down on his criticism of Jake Paul, taking aim at his internet persona and contrasting it with the harsh realities of combat sports. "I live in the real world, Jake," Tate said. "There are fighters out here who are dangerous, men who have dedicated their lives to this sport. I don't have a fraction of your money because you became the biggest clown on the internet." Tate ended his scathing remarks with a direct challenge. "If you want to fight, send me a contract," he said in a viral video. "I'll take a few weeks off my retired life to beat the goofy out of you any day, anytime." Meanwhile, Jake Paul's business partner, Nikisha Badarian, acknowledged the growing buzz around the potential matchup. While admitting the fight would be massive, Badarian expressed doubts about its alignment with Paul's broader boxing aspirations and long-term goals.
But I'm not sure how it moves outside of that, so I just have to spend time with Andrew and Jake and see if it's something.
Nikisha Badarian expressed appreciation for Tate's passion and his desire to make an impact. However, despite this respect, Badarian admitted uncertainty about whether this fight aligns with Jake Paul's goals or if it's a direction they want to pursue at this point in his career.
Love Andrew Tate. He's a good man in many ways in terms of his desire to give back to the world, and I don't know where his head's at in life in terms of what he wants to do.
As if the tension wasn't already high, former super middleweight champion Carl Froch has thrown his hat into the ring. Known for speaking his mind, Froch recently called out Jake Paul, questioning his skills and challenging him to face a real boxer. His comments only added to the growing buzz surrounding Paul's next opponent. On X, Froch made it clear that, even in retirement, he believed he could easily defeat Paul. "Listen up, Jakey boy. I'm 11 years retired, haven't boxed in over a decade. I'm old, gray, and out of shape, but I'd still give your missus the best night of her life. Bet she dreams about a real man. If you still want your car washed, she can let me in through the back door. P.S. I'd knock you out in 30 seconds. Froch clarified that he wasn't seeking a fight or a payday, emphasizing that he was financially secure. "I'm not after a payday," he said. "I'm doing just fine." He then shifted his focus to Paul's boxing skills, or lack thereof, mocking Paul's abilities in the ring. Froch pointed to Paul's performance against Mike Tyson to highlight his limitations, confidently claiming it wouldn't take much to expose Paul. Froch even suggested he could finish the fight with a single punch, joking that he could do it one-handed. His sharp, dismissive remarks left no doubt about his belief in Paul's lack of boxing prowess.
I'll take the f***ing payday, of course I will, and I'll end Jake Paul with one punch. I'd go in there one-armed and beat this guy. He can't box. He's absolutely f***ing useless, which we saw last.
While Carl Froch acknowledged Jake Paul's ability to sell tickets and draw attention, he argued that Paul hasn't yet reached the level of filling massive arenas like true boxing legends. Froch stated, "They won't be emailing me or contacting my agent to set up a fight because they know I'm not calling him out. I'm just letting you know that he knows I know if I stepped in there with Jake Paul, it would be an absolute mismatch." Froch addressed the possibility of a fight but remained confident that Paul's team would never pursue it, fully aware of how one-sided the matchup would be. "My phone won't be ringing, will it? They won't be emailing me or contacting my agent because they know I'm not calling him out. I'm just letting you know that he knows I know." Reinforcing his confidence, Froch dismissed Paul as a legitimate challenge, describing a potential fight as a complete mismatch. He even confidently claimed it wouldn't last more than one round, joking that he could defeat Paul with one arm tied behind his back, further emphasizing just how little he believed in Paul's boxing abilities.
I'm just letting you know that he knows that I know. If I went in there with Jake Paul, it would be an absolute mismatch, one round demolition. Jake Paul didn't like what I said because I called him useless, because let's be honest, he is. When it comes to boxing, he's useless. I think everybody get a look at what he actually said to me. So his message on X to me is sour loser. I think he meant sore loser, so I can't spell, but he's got the saying wrong. He's calling me a sore loser. I didn't mean the bopper audience for your YouTube. You're a content creator. You're a YouTuber. Jake Paul is not a fighter. He's not a boxer. He's playing at the game. He's pretending. He's conning everybody. He's not fooling any real fighters. He's not fooling any boxing purists. We all know what he is. We all know he's a professional taker.